the worst the situation in the East here is how bad Kevin Durant is playing. We talked about this, that if he can't get the play out of this first round, that we do need a whole podcast that Kevin Durant is a loser to go along with our Russell Westbrook is a loser series, and it's probably potentially trending that way. And look, I think credit to Boston. Boston are playing great. They're playing great basketball. They got Defensive Player of the Year Smart in there now. He's really locking down Kyrie at the moment. And KD, but KD here is trying to leave this legacy that he's not just a championship winning player that had to join Steph Curry. Okay. And, LeBron even carried, Cavs to the finals with a supporting cast that was like nobody. Okay. And here we have KD with vets, with Kyrie, with, players that are proven players around him. And he comes out and he shoots 9 from 24. All right. And tonight, what did he shoot? 4 from 17. 4 from 17. That's a clunker of a game. Okay. And he knows this and everyone knows this, but it's sort of shocking to see how badly they're playing, okay, at the moment, led by Kevin Durant. Okay, and he's gonna have to find that groove quickly, because if they drop game 3, this is a potential sweep here for a series that everyone was banking on at least maybe 6 to 7 game series that was probably potentially really, really close, and I think that's a really disappointing look at the moment for KD and the Nets.
Well, I guess to counter you for devil's advocacy, it's a buzzer beater win with them being up by 1 in Boston. So it was a close game there. And then today, KD and Kyrie have pretty subpar games and still only lose by 7. So
did you see how they lost in game 1 though? Who was that defensive coverage on Tatum? Have you watched that clip?
It was Kyrie.
Watch it again. That cut from the top.
Is it KD who lapses on the cut?
KD turns his head, watches the ball, and Tatum slips behind him for that cut. And Kyrie was the last man standing at help defense at the paint. But obviously he lacks size on Tatum, and Tatum gets that layup. And you can see KD look straight away when Tatum has gone past him, that's my assignment. And that was the ball game.
Watch
the clip again.
Yeah, clearly you've clearly started it. I think the KD point, there's a lot of pressure that's on him specifically. You look at Kyrie, he has a nuclear game and then he has a pretty cold game today. Now, KD didn't shoot well today, but he did get to the free throw line 18 out of 20 times. So he's clearly still able to get his numbers. This Brooklyn team's not good. We kind of know this. Like, this is what the team is built around. It's 2 offensive superstars that are going to be targeted in the playoffs. And Boston is struggling with them. I don't think, we're not talking about two games in a row that have been 20-point blowouts. We're talking about very close and competitive games. I completely agree with you, though. The KD narrative is an interesting one because he has had very competent teams, right? Similar to Westbrook, right? He's always played with big names. He's never really been on a team on his own that no one helped him out with. And when he was, in a sense, this year he was, with Kyrie being the vaccination, prevention. The record was not as great as it was. His individual talent's fantastic, but the record didn't indicate that. In terms of why does he get as much scrutiny as LeBron, he gets a lot of scrutiny for joining the Warriors, but people appreciate his talent a bit more. I think it's just because he puts the ball in the basket in a lot of different ways really well. And that's kind of what we want as fans and media people, ultimately.
Well, we'd better hopefully see him put the ball in the basket a little bit more consistently. Otherwise, this series is over, I think. And that's the situation there.